You cannot be serious. Goblins working with rookwood? Makes no sense. Unorthodox. It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out. Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wiggenweld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy? It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wiggenweld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous. I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir. Not an easy potion to brew. Well done, and from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippins, correct? Good. For the moment you can find the ingredients you need in my office, but in the future you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round. Remember, precision is key when brewing potions. Your potion should not be that colour, Miss McDowell. Should you chop the dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows. Proficiency and potions are two things that cannot be rushed. Have patience and be thorough. Keep your potion stations organised and free of clutter. Wiggenweld potion is not a cure-all, and no salve is a substitute for common sense. The art of potion making is delicate, and as such requires great precision. You should have collected the ingredients from my office and begun brewing a potion at your cauldron. You'll find the ingredients you require on the cart in my office. Finish your potion, and then return to me. What now, Mr. Weasley? That'll be points from Gryffindor, again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well. I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos. You will not earn favour with me by failing to take responsibility for your actions. I suggest you heed my warning. Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. That'll be all. Glad you managed to stay on task. Not every class is so eventful. I saw Mr. Weasley speaking with you earlier. He can be quite persuasive. Glad you managed to resist. You've done well today. I confess I was skeptical, given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student, a rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere, and you can keep that Fwooper feather. This time. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed. Rather poorly, I'd say. We're raising a generation of coddled cape flappers that can scarcely tell the difference between aconite and asphodel. You say that every year, Matilda. That had better not be a student I hear lurking about. The impudence! Students have no business in the faculty tower. Professor Fig should keep a better eye on you. You need to learn Depulso, the banishing charm. Useful for pushing objects or adversaries away. Complete the required tasks and meet me in my classroom. Professor Weasley has asked that we all contribute extra time to help you catch up to your peers, and before I teach you to pulso, I must know that you are prepared to handle it. How are your assignments coming along? Good. You should be ready to learn to pulso. Let's see what you can do. Concentrate. Do not let your mind wander. You've got it now. If you'd like to practice, and I think you should, perhaps best not to go flinging your classmates about the halls. I suggest having a go at the enchanted books here. Well done. I'm glad to see that you seem staunchly determined to master your spellcasting. Still at it, I see. Well, repetition can be an excellent teacher. Complete the tasks I've given you and then meet me in my classroom to learn Diffindo, the severing charm. It's typically used to cut an object, but can be a powerful weapon when needed. Professor Weasley's asked that I give you some assignments to hasten your education. Nothing more to it, really. Once they're completed, return to me, and I shall know that you're ready to learn Diffindo. Yes, the severing charm, Diffindo. Useful in potion-making and innocent enough when mincing daisy roots or slicing caterpillars. And whilst you're keen, you'd do well to focus on honing your skills a bit more with these tasks before learning Diffindo. Once you've finished, report back to me. Back for another assignment? Have you finished your assignments? Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings. I'd advised doing more than the bare minimum if you want to hone your skills as quickly as possible. Good. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not my concern either way, but I want to make sure you're well prepared. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste. Don't let it go to your head. Now, let's see how you fare with Diffindo. Wand at the ready. Focus. Diffindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp on Diffindo. I would encourage you once again to practice here in the classroom, for your sake and that of everyone else. It's a pleasure to have a student who actually heeds instruction. As I mentioned earlier, Diffindo can be versatile but dangerous. Good to see you continuing to practice. Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, a moment of your time, please. Professor, I was hoping to catch you. Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I probably best not to discuss it here, sir. Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient. A student. Very well, sir, if you insist. Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task. Depends on how you intend to use it. Suit yourself. Observant. I suppose I could indulge you for a moment. Spent years tracking down reprobates who dealt in artifacts of dark magic origin. Often, yes. Though I've seen some remarkably creative concoctions brewed in my class. Exhilarating. It was at that. While it lasted, at any rate. I enjoyed a great deal of success as an Auror. However, success can make one complacent if one's confidence is not tempered by humility. One overstep in battle changed everything. Yes, well, I suppose it's a matter of record. My partner and I had tracked a suspect to a harbour in Scarborough, trying to smuggle shrunken heads of all things. I had deduced that he was working alone. I was mistaken, and they knew we were coming. From the moment we stepped onto the ship, well, I barely escaped with my life. My partner wasn't so lucky. It is at that. But survival is not guaranteed for any of us. Pay attention. And not just within my class. This is what I must impress upon you all. A potion and a poison may be a mere breath apart, until you consume the wrong one. You do realize I have classes to teach. Very well. How may I assist you? Suit yourself. Perhaps you haven't heard the myriad rumors they think I don't hear. I am in fact an expert in potions, however my interest was not the reason I came to Hogwarts. I would still be an Auror today if my injury hadn't precluded it. The Ministry was all too ready to keep me on. Buried under parchment, of course, helping run the Auror recruitment program. But if I'm meant for a life confined to a desk, well, I might as well share my expertise, while searching for a way to heal my blasted leg. And the Hogwarts Library is not to be underestimated. As I said, lest you think for a moment that fear played any role in my departure, allow me to enlighten you. It was not fear, but fate that steered my hand. Fate is what one makes of it. It may determine a path, but not one's choice in how to travel it. Well said. However, it's worth noting that fear can be a great motivator, in that one must conquer it. Yes, well, I'm certain you have an empty cauldron waiting for you somewhere.
Now, Professor Fig, aren't you going to leave some for the rest of us? They never go down easy, do they? This ought to make quick work of you.
This is hardly the place. I suggest you give your wand a rest, and don't let me find you doing that again. Who knows what would have happened to the school had it not been for you? We owe you our gratitude, all of us. Professor Fig was a man of conviction. He will be missed. I'm very sorry to hear of Professor Fig's passing. You've come a long way with your education this year. You should be proud. The Ministry needs to send Aurors out to Hogsmeade immediately. I never thought Ranrock would be so bold as to attack Hogwarts.
Goblins, tunneling beneath us, we have failed in our duty to protect the school.
You think you're any match for Hogwarts' best and brightest?
I hope the Ministry sees to it that there are repercussions for any goblins that took part in the attack.
One miscalculated drop is the difference between a potion and a poison.
A well-prepared witch or wizard always has a few potions on hand. You should be brewing a second potion by now. You must stir your cauldron in the correct direction. I can assure you, however, that as an Auror I saw it used in manners I dare not mention. For a number of reasons, you ought to know it. For one, it could save your life. In fact, when my partner and I found ourselves tied up like Christmas hams and left out for the horntails, it actually did. A spell like a blade is only dangerous in the wrong hands, so it is imperative that the right hands learn to wield it too, and hone its edge. I hope you know better than to let Professor Fig take you on one of his foolhardy adventures. Good luck with your assignments.
I've fought worse.
You suppose correctly.
That's all for today. That's enough for today. You're all dismissed.
Not bad. Not bad at all. No pupils. Good. Where they find time to wander when they should be studying is beyond me. Happily, I need not encounter a pupil right now. I've had my limit for today. Not a bad first attempt. I'd suggest you try again. Did you misplace your robes?
Shameful. Go back to your dorm and change into your school robes immediately.
I hope you and Mr. Sallow are staying out of trouble. All the time you spend with Miss Reyes, perhaps she'll inspire a sense of competition in you. Might do you good. You've been spending a lot of time with Mr. Takar. I hope he's helping you with potions. I hope you won't let Mr. Clopton's penchant for mischief influence you. You and Miss Onai must be getting up to all sorts of adventures. Perhaps Miss Sweeting can have a positive influence on you.
Lumos. 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 Protego. 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 Defindo. 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 Descendo. 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 Confringo. 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 Expulso.